Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. It is 6 p.m. in the UK, which can only mean one thing. It's time for Evening Brews. I hope everyone is good and well. It is going to be my last Evening Brews for quite a little while, as this time Monday, I'm going to be on some kind of pain relief meds and hopefully away with the fairies and not having the pain. But yes, so today I thought, you know what, if I'm going to have my last Evening Brews, let's do it with someone from the channel, and let's do it with someone that I haven't streamed with for a while because of him being on the morning side of things. So Roadman Dave is with us. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. A little tired today, but looking forward to this one. It's been a while since me and you went on screen together, especially live. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of fun. So we're going to talk about a few things, then get on to NLD. We're also going to do a quiz. Spurs have brought out a quiz, and we're all going to take part, or try and take part. With the first time we've done it on this channel, and
Yeah.
see if we can actually make this work and see how we do in this quiz. But first of all, we'll say hello to the people that are in the building. Psycho Fox, big up to you, my man. This is someone I've got speaking to personally as well. Top man. And when I'm back and firing fit, we have got a very good pre-recorded show that we'll be putting together. Really looking forward to doing that with him. NLD memory, Shoeless Gaza. That's one of my first memories as well. Wasn't there, but obviously my love affair for Gaza. Look at that team on that day. I almost said Jason Statham then. It wasn't Jason Statham. It wasn't Statham. Fennick, who I love. Fairclough, Thomas, the midfield, Paul Allen, Gaza, Mabbott, Samways, Waddle. Oh, beautiful times. Channel member. Matty, as always, big up and thank you for the compliment. Andrew Gregory, channel member, big up to you. We also have Colin Cross-Amano in the building. I hope you're good. Tom81, Rumi, and channel member is in the building. Angus, who will be, I'm sure, will be on the fan show tomorrow when we do it.
Oh yes.
And
Oh
also,
yes. He better be.
To the NLD. Simon's back in. Good evening to you, buddy. Tweaky is here as always. Joseph, big up to you, my man. We have Darv Hotspur, big up to you. We have another channel member in Anurag, all the way from India. Big up. So, right, let's start getting into the show. And the first thing we're going to discuss, and we are talking about it football-wise, before we go any further. All the news has broke out. Everyone's speaking about it. Obviously, Rodrigo Bentancur has been charged for the FA by the FA over his comments regarding Son following that controversial interview this summer. Bentancur has until the 19th of September, so a week today, to provide a response to the charge. There is a second part to this, and we do love a two-parter, but we'll deal with that afterwards. I mean, all I will say on this is don't do the crime if you can't do the time. He is in the wrong. The punishment we knew was coming. We'll get into the length it could be. I think it's a bit of a straight. They've had all summer and the start of the season to have this, and they've brought it out just before an NLD. What's your thoughts on it, Dave?
I mean, yeah, I agree with it. Unfortunately, what he did, you know what I mean, a lot of people didn't agree with. And regardless if Sonny forgave them or not, he did something against the regulations of the Premier League, and he has to accept the consequences. I think the only way he'd get out of it is if Sonny was to go to the Premier himself and just say, look, it was a misunderstanding, blah, 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 blah. But then again, you know what I mean, it is what it is. 12 games, I think it's 12 games in it maximum he can get out. It is what it is. I mean, I don't even think he will appeal it. I don't think he will. I think he'll just accept it as a way to, you know what I mean, for the Korean fans to be like, look, you know what I mean, I did something silly. I accept my punishment and not try and get out of it. What does it mean for us? Not much, you know. Unfortunately, it's not going to make much difference. It really isn't for us. We've got plenty of midfielders there, and yeah,
You say
really.
that. You say that. You and me are going to disagree on this. I think this is massive for Spurs. I'm going to bring up the second part of this because the ban could be anywhere from 6 to 12 games. Now he's fit. He's available to play on the NLD. I believe he's got till Thursday to technically play against Coventry, but then he could be out for 6 Premier League games and or Carabao Cup. I believe he can still play in the Europa League. He's been banned by UEFA or FIFA for international, but UEFA have not come in and said, right, you're going to be banned from Europa. But 6 to 12 games is massive. Bissouma injured. We're led to believe at the moment. I think this is massive. Listen, like I said, I hope and pray to God that Spurs don't appeal it. I think if Spurs appeal it, they look stupid. And if they do appeal it, I think that 12 games becomes more than likely than 6. I think Spurs, and I'm just going to use this term, have to take their medicine and deal with it and just say, right, we're not appealing it. Done. Do what you got to do. 6 to 12 games with, yes, you got Archie Graham Bergvall, who could turn it. This gives them the opportunity, or one of them probably, to step up. But him out for 6 to 12 games is massive, in my opinion, Dave.
Again, I'm sorry, right, but I have to disagree, maybe, because it wasn't massive when he was injured. It wasn't massive when he was injured. We lost him for how long? Nearly an entire season because of the ACL he had.
Our season fell apart.
No. Our season, but our season didn't fall apart because of Bentancur. Our season fell apart because of the red cards and the injuries to our defense. That's why our season fell apart. Bentancur, he weren't exactly playing great at the time either. And I know he's come back and I know he's had a good couple of games, but what effect has he had, really? Nothing. He hasn't. And unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be that big of a miss that you are believing it will be, unfortunately. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion, though.
Let's see what the people in the chat think. Do we just say big miss, no miss at all, or whatever? Obviously, we don't know if it's 6 to 12 games. I mean, the way you can look at it is he'll be fit for Europa. Then lack of game time. Who knows? I don't know where people feel. I mean, Ruby is saying very.
I will agree with you, though, because he doesn't want to be on the couch.
No, I agree. I mean, Alex has said not missed. Big up, Curly. I hope you're good, buddy. I hope you're good and well. Yeah, we got big miss. Let's have a look. Big lads in chat. Big up, Ryan. I hope you're good and well, buddy. I think not. Don't get me wrong. This I completely agree with. This I completely agree with because we need Solanke back and Solanke back big time. But let me just get Spurs fixtures up. So I'm going to go on the basis that it's a 12-game ban, just on the basis. And obviously, I can only speak at the moment the one Carabao Cup game.
Yeah.
So if he was out for 12 games, or anywhere between 6 and 12, we can do it. So if he is out for 6 games, let me just get the fixtures. So if he's out for 6 games, it's Arsenal, Coventry, Brentford, Man U away, Brighton, West Ham at home. Okay? If it's the other 6 games, Crystal Palace away, Villa at home, Ipswich at home, City away, Fulham at home, Chelsea at home. They are massive games where whether he starts or comes off the bench is a whole different subject. But there are some massive games there. And if you think about it, if it's 12 games, that's technically a third of a season.
Yeah, it is. It is. But again, we bought players into that midfield. Bergvall, Archie Gray. Everyone's hyped these up. But now that this happens to Bentancur, they can't step in now. And that's my point. You know what I mean? Is the fact
they could step in, but you don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, but again, we don't know what Bentancur would have done. A lot of the fans, I think it was the end of, was it not last season, the season before, I think, when him and Kulu just basically dropped off massively. I think it was. The fans wanted him gone and wanted him sold. You know what I mean? So for me, I think it'd be more the injuries to our defense and our attack is a lot more worse than missing Bentancur for 12 games in midfield. I'm sorry, I just don't see it because he hasn't. I don't see why that's bad of effect. Our midfield basically doesn't do much anyway. Come on, you got to admit that. Our midfield doesn't do much anyway, mate. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, mate, can you imagine? Thank God it's not. I mean, Van de Ven.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's no real injury news or updates, although I have heard it, and we'll quickly talk about this before because Colin mentioned Solanke as well.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of people mentioning. I don't know how true this is. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've seen a couple of people, and there's more people talking about it now, that Solanke may even require surgery. I don't know how. Like I said, it could be just absolute nonsense just to try and get reactions. But if he needs surgery, then yes, it's a much bigger miss than Bentancur. A much bigger miss than Bentancur. And then what I will say is to all the fans that went, oh, it's an impact injury. He got it whilst playing football against Leicester. What have Spurs done so far from an impact injury? To look up, I mean, I again, that's an argument for another day to go on to.
Yeah, but I honestly,
it's a big problem.
I will say this now, mate. Yeah, come the North London derby, we will see Van de Ven and we will see Solanke. I truly believe that because if he was to have a surgery, yeah, we would have known about it by now, mate. Because Spurs wouldn't have allowed it to be left this long. They would have come out with it already. He's been injured for a while now. Van de Ven, we've seen him in a couple of videos, but both of them, right, were kept out of obviously the training bit. Yeah, but you've seen him when Porro did that video, I think it was today where he was doing the day in the life of a Spurs player, yeah?
Oh, Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro, right? It's the day in the life of a football player, right? And you know what I mean? You see Van de Ven there in training. Now, not out on the pitch, but he was in, obviously, you know what I mean, doing the workout and stuff like that. I think they'll both start. I think they will. If not, and he does genuinely need surgery, we are so cursed. By the striker that no one wanted, for that striker to have one game and then get injured and need surgery, that's probably going to be out for 6 weeks.
Mate, listen, we were the best thing to be able to do is obviously when the fan show is on tomorrow, or the members show, should I say, we could talk all NLD and would have done his press conference. Now, what I will say, Ange also said Van de Ven was going to be playing against, or it'll be okay for Newcastle, and we obviously know what happened. So again, it's a pinch of salt, but we all have to see. But also, what I want to talk about now is woo, Spurs have got a new partnership. Let's celebrate partnerships nowadays like they are trophies. The club has announced a new partnership with Ant International that sees Alipay Plus become the official training wear sleeve partner for both our men and women's teams. Now, remember that the official training wear sleeve partner for both our men's and women's team. Now, before I go over to you and we talk about this with the 57 that are currently 61 that are currently with us, I jokingly on this tweet put a photo of Danny Rose looking at his computer and said, well, now we need to look up partnerships more than we do players. Tongue in cheek, just joking. And someone sent me this response. Where has it gone? Let me just find it. Give me 2 seconds, people. I did have it ready to read, but I've done it. Here it is. So, someone got back to me and said, one of the most powerful companies in the world, in my opinion, Tencent China-based, you can't sell anything without Alipay. 100% of banks, commercial industries use it. And then the best bit, the coup de grace. To be honest, it is a jackpot for the football club. Now, I am just, big up Jens, brother. I just want to understand how this is the jackpot because we have an official training wear sleeve partner. If it was a buyout, and they were like, bang, the blah, blah, blah. Fine. If someone can explain to me why our fan base or why this person, and I'm not going to, it's on my Twitter, you can see it. This is where we are now, where people have said Spurs have hit the jackpot with a training wear sleeve. I can't believe I'm saying this. Training wear sleeve partner.
Yeah, it's jackpot, mate. It's a jackpot. Yeah, right. This is going to change football forever for Spurs. All fans now of Tottenham, yeah, right. Be excited, yeah.
Yep.
Now right. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Yeah, it's a couple of million given to us for a certain amount of year. It's probably a year's contract because I've just looked up and Antis International are the official partner of the Euros 2024. So it's probably going to be a year's contract, couple of million, mate. It's not going to do anything but basically no money into the club whatsoever anyway. So, yeah, it's one of them. And I'm looking up for them. Do you know what I'm looking about them?
Yeah, give us a bit of info about them, Dave. Give us a bit of info.
Yeah, so basically they're a global commerce with digital innovations. They're in for technology and stuff like that. There are tens of millions of merchants. They're in 200 plus countries and hundreds of payment methods. Alipay is one. Antom is another thing. World First, whatever. An X Bank, Better, is it? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, it just looks like it's a big, massive corporation, mate. And yeah, it's just one of them. You know what I mean? The thing is, Alipay is basically one of their companies within. Yeah, Alipay is one of their companies, right? And they've obviously paid us a couple of mil to be the training sponsor that we'll get to see. Yeah, when Tottenham are showing us all, right? Them passes in training, all them great things in training that we don't do on the pitch. That's where we'll see that sponsor. But yeah, I mean, it's a good deal in the sense of a business deal. You know what I mean? They'll get a few million off a massive company to have their name on a sleeve for training. That's it. That's it. This is not going to be some takeover. This is not going to be some slow thing that's in the end, we're going to have this big, massive corporation take over Tottenham. No.
So where I'm just going to come into this. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So that puts it clear. But what I will say with this is, I have said it many a time. I welcome these partnership deals. I have as many as you bloody well want. But I remember a certain person in a video a few years ago saying every single penny goes back into helping the first team get stronger. I can't remember who that person was.
I googled it. I did.
So obviously we all know who said that. I welcome all these extra concerts. Brilliant. Have as many events as you want. But where it comes now is obviously, I mean, football, and this isn't just Tottenham, it's football in general. The fact that you now have sponsors for your training ground, your training sleeves, and let's face it, you only really see that when they do the videos at training, and let's face it, they don't go, oh, look at that sleeve sponsor. You see it in passing. This is more money coming in. And I said it to a few people, well, that's Levy's, but I said it to you before he went live, and a couple of people said it. That's an extra few $100 grand on Levy's bonus going there. Yeah. Scott Munn for.
Oh, we've finally seen a picture of him, didn't we? You know what I mean? With them standing there with the old shaking of the hands.
Like I said, all for money coming into the club, but once again, will we see it reflect on the first team? No, but obviously this looks really good for Levy after the whole David Pleat thing. Let's just bring in another Shirts League sponsor. But enough about talking about that vile human being. Let's move on to some decent stuff, because James Maddison has done. This is another two-parter, guys, because we love a two-part, but we'll deal with the first part. James Maddison and Tottenham's trophy drought wanting to end it. It's spoken about a lot in the media here, and it's kind of a black mark against Tottenham's name. First of all, not just the media, the fan base that actually want to see you win something. So not just the media. it's our duty to try and change the history of recent times and try and get our hands on silverware. It's not something that we should avoid talking about. The club needs to be winning trophies. The club of this side, with the quality we have, should be battling for trophies. Well, he's bang on the money, isn't he? And he has a large part, a massive part, in trying to change this, doesn't he?
Show it on the pitch. Simple as. Show it on the pitch. I'm sick of players talking. We've heard it for years and years and years. Players sitting there giving it all this, giving it all that. Show it on the pitch.
Yeah.
Because he isn't at the moment. I'm sorry, he's not showing it on the pitch. None of the players are.
Yep.
You want to win trophies, you win games. And the only way you do that is by showing it on the pitch. So until they start doing that, mate, it's noise. Again, it's just noise, PR. You know what I mean? Him sitting there and want to be like, oh, yeah, you know, a club like Tottenham needs to win trophies. We've got to change the history. Go on then. Go on then. Change the history. I know it's not just on him, but you're opening your mouth. So go do it. Tell the players, stand in that dressing room, be the vice captain, because if somebody won't do it, you do it, and tell them all we need to win a trophy. So let's go out there and win games. And just like Sean said then, words don't win trophies, performances do. So far,
Correct.
they're not performing. They're not performing.
Correct. And I have to
need
say,
better.
when he did this interview, it was to the Australian version of Sky Sports Optus. So when he was saying the media speak about it, obviously he is going to mention it because he was speaking to the Australian media. But the Spurs fans, obviously, or I would say 95% of us, I would imagine, I would hope, or I should say 100, all demand and crave trophies. So do me one favour, David. Just carry on talking for 2 seconds. My mum is trying to call me from abroad. I'm just going to tell her.
Okay, no worries.
Right back.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, again, basically, this is just noise from players. And I hope everyone in chat agrees with me. If you want to win something, you do the performances on the pitch. That's the only way you win. Sitting there in a room with some person interviewing and going, oh, but you know, this is the history of Tottenham. We need to change that history. Then do it. Then do it. Because we won't. We're not going to win a trophy this season. The players are going to play crap. And we're going to be in this position. It'll be all noise again, just like when we lose. And we watched it from players all over the years. We lose a game. What do the players do? We'll go again. We'll do better. We'll learn from our mistakes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, you know, I'm not being funny, like, but I think my 10-year-old daughter can learn from mistakes quicker than them if that's the case, because they still haven't. They still haven't learned from their mistakes. So,
correct.
There's a lot about them. So, yeah.
I will say as well, I'll keep forgetting to mention it in the last couple of streams. If you do want to have a question, we will deal with questions at the end. 3 ways of doing it. Put a Q and a dash so we can see it. At TOT and a dash, we can see it clearer and highlight it. And of course, if you are in a position, but I don't want you to be in a position because we want you to send super chat money to Phil P's charities. And I will put them in the chat shortly. If you do put in a super chat, that will get addressed immediately. But please try not to send super chats in today and tomorrow. Try and send any super chats towards Phil's charities. But yeah, so the next thing, we'll get on to the next thing James Maddison said. And again, it's what you expect to hear. James Maddison on a North London derby. We know what it means to our fans. Hopefully, we can send our fans home happy with bragging rights over their friends and family. Listen, what I will say is we're going to come on to Aaron Lennon, who's mentioned this in great detail afterwards. Everyone knows how big this game is. Whether it's Spurs or Arsenal. I mean, I was even watching the overlap this morning after I was up watching Morning Brews, and even Gary Neville said, this is my favourite game to watch and to commentate on. He goes, the atmosphere, he was waxing lyrical about how good it is to be at these games. Obviously, we all know what this means. The players, like, obviously, he has come where Coventry have had their Norwich. He's been at Aberdeen on loan. Obviously, you come here. This game is massive. This game is huge. And James Maddison is saying, like, I realised it when I came here. The players let me know. This is this is a big thing. And obviously, James Maddison is basically, that's probably every single Spurs player's line, and Arsenal right now, isn't it, Dave?
It is, yeah, it is. But it's this bragging rights and all that. It's a small victory in a massive war, mate. Unfortunately, and yes, it'd be great. I'd rather end the season above them. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? And there's no disrespect to anything, and I'm not anything like that. But when you hear words from players, I've heard it year after year after year. Bragging rights would be if we walked away at the end of this season with a trophy and they didn't. That's bragging rights. Beating them in a game of football. Is it bragging rights, really? If they ended the season above us, if they ended up in a better position, that's not bragging rights, is it? One game it's great to that little victory, but in the overall war of things, mate, it's meaningless. For me, anyway, I've got to that point now. I'm sorry if that seems very negative or anything like that. I just want to look at my team that does great throughout the season, not just over one game. Unfortunately, that's how I feel nowadays. And yes, I'll be happy. Yes, I'll brag. Yes, I'll be excited and things like that. But if we went to, how many times have we seen it before? We go Arsenal, we beat them. Next game, we go lose to an Norwich or something. Yep. Is that bragging rights? No, it's just one game. And I want to see us beat Arsenal. I want to see us go to the next game, beat them. I want to watch us beat teams this season. So they're empty words for me. Again, just PR, unfortunately.
It is. I mean, James Maddison even said when it comes to this game, the amount of media coverage they have to do for it, and they probably have it copied and pasted. What I will say, Araban, we do not do watch-alongs. Multiple reasons. Ben is a season ticket holder. Is at all the home games. I'm always at the Scotland Yard. Brian Island is either busy working or at a pub. And do you know what? There are so many channels that do watch-alongs. So many. Obviously, when I'm back in England, I will always help We Are Tottenham TV out with them. The only one that could do it is Dave, and Dave does enough. It's like we do anger management. Watch-alongs. I don't know why watch-alongs just has never been our thing, and I can't sit down. And also, what you've got as well, if we were to do one, if me and Dave were to do one right now, you have the problem that his feed and my feed are going to be at separate times, and it's just so when you're doing a watch-along, it's just so much hard work to do. So yeah, we won't do watch-alongs. But yeah. When it comes to Chelsea, reach out to us, mate. We'll get you on to talk Chelsea with us for sure. But before we go
also,
on, Dave.
I just want to say also, right. If I was to do a watch-along, I would get this channel banned. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They seem what I'm like when I watch a game. I seem nice and calm, and I'm not a very shouty person. My mind goes off on a tangent, and I say things that will not be said on YouTube. Nothing bad, by the way, before anyone gets in their head. These guys know it's nothing bad. It's just the way I speak it. I'm loud, I'm sweary, and yeah, I speak my mind mid-game, so it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be a fun watch.
Yeah, so
but then click people, it probably would, but not for us, no.
I've had my mum calling me now my sister because she's walking the dog.
You're popular today, mate. Oh, that then, Brian. Here's something for you, right? Apparently, Spurg's Son sheet put this out because apparently they've spoke to the club or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, ahead of kickoff at exactly 1:54 p.m., there will be a gap with no music within the stadium for everyone to be in their seats and bring the noise. Be there, be loud, cause North London is why.
So 1:54, 6 minutes before. I mean, 6 minutes is better than nothing.
Hey, 6 minutes of noise.
They sent in a lot of things asking for to let the fans generate the atmosphere, which do you know what? Maybe a good thing. Maybe a good thing. Maybe a great thing. The Spurs fans need to make this as much like it was on the 3-0 with Conte. Than ever before. That ground needs to be absolutely rocking. As someone that has been at games where the ground was rocking is Aaron Lennon. And he's done a massive thing today talking about it's on Spurs' website. And obviously he knows more than that. He's been in some iconic NLDs. This is different to other games. It's only when you play in the game you truly appreciate how massive it is. I think a lot of players, and it works this way with Arsenal as well. You see the the Spurs players, the first thing you hear in stories is they tell them you don't drive a red car, you don't do anything red, and you hate this lot. And the other way with the filth and their lot. Obviously, as a fan, you get it. Obviously, watching it, I don't think people understand just how big and how fierce this rivalry is, Dave.
Yeah, for me, it's one of the best derbies for me, it is the best derby in the Premier League when it comes to rivalries. You look at the Liverpool United one, you got the players hugging in the tunnel beforehand. We've seen that. Chelsea, even though the players said Chelsea are the rivals, Arsenal are not, because through history, we know Arsenal weren't originally from North London, blah, 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 blah. Chelsea, whatever it is. I don't know the story there, but that's how the players see it. But the North London derby is what you call a proper rivalry, yeah?
Yep.
Players who step on that pitch, even Arsenal side, if they don't walk away giving 110%, the fans let them know. And that's how it should be. Yeah, it should be like that. It's a great watch. You get your heart pumping. You're nervous. You're excited. I don't get that when I watch other teams. The only other team I get that with, and it's not because it's a rivalry, it's because who's sitting next to me, and that's West Ham. Because I hate playing them with Emsy. Yeah. Because I wind the hell out of her. She hates me for it. And if we lose, I'm in like a proper depressive mode. North London derbies, mate, are fantastic. They are great. And
just why I say that with that, I want people to put in their order. Out of the 3 games, Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, where do you, because I know a lot of people that hate Chelsea more than they hate Arsenal and whatever. So the 62 are in here. What, for me, it goes Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham. West Ham are not rivals to us. That's the thing. They're not. And unfortunately, this is not disrespect on them, but it's not a rivalry as in the sense of when we hit that pitch, you look at some of the North London games, yeah, right? They're exciting, they're fast-paced, they're great games. You look at Chelsea, yeah? You go at Battle of the Bridge, right? The Battle of the Bridge is still one of the most iconic games in recent history of how bad it was. Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ, it was pathetic. Yeah, that's not football. That was just brutality. And the West Ham are just West Ham. Do you know what I mean? They're not really a rival. But that North London derby is so meaningful. And the fact that if you see on social media, yeah, you've got to give it.
Look who's
social
here.
media.
Look who's here.
Ireland, big up. But social media wise as well, yeah, right? I think it's Spurs and Arsenal who've probably got the biggest fan bases on social media in the Premier League, right? So it goes mental. YouTube, mental. X, it's mental when the North London derby comes round. And you get pelters. Whoever loses gets pelters for days and days and days and days afterwards. When we lose against West Ham, per se, yeah, that's it. It's one day, they take the mick, that's it, it's over. We lose against Chelsea, again, it's like one day, whatever, it is what it is, because we usually lose against them. When it's Arsenal, it's days upon end. Content gets smashed out left and right for days because it's a proper derby, and I love it. I'm looking forward to it.
So this,
and if we win, I'm sorry, I'm going to spend. Yeah, I'm making a special show. It's going to be called the Angus McDowell Show. I'm going to spend an hour just laughing. Mate, if we win.
Well, no, this game, when I say it's a game like no other, and Aaron Lennon says it, this game, I've told the story many a time. I had a fiance before Alana, and thank God that this happened, because trust me, Alana is a billion times the woman compared to the Dutch trollop that was my first fiance. I've lost a fiance because of Spurs Arsenal. I've lost a job, Spurs Arsenal, because they wouldn't give me the holiday, even though I booked it the day the season was the fixtures came out, and I booked it there and then. They said, sorry, bro, I can't give you the holiday, like a few days before. And I was like, okay, I will call the sick line. And I will say I'm not coming in today, and I'm totally fine. I'm going to Spurs Arsenal. I did that. I got the sack. This game to me is when we win, it's wonderful. When we win, it's the greatest day. The build up for the game normally for me is like Christmas, Hanukkah, all the joyous festivals, birthdays, anniversaries, all rolled into one, especially if you win. If we lose, I literally come home, go to the bed, and I say, just leave me alone for the rest of the day. I will turn my phone off. I will not talk to anyone. I am awful when it comes to this game. This game, like I said, if the players on Sunday give as much passion, fight, desire, determination as the fans do, we win this game. We win the game. If they don't, then we could be in trouble. I mean, there obviously there is a lot of talk about losing this game. This game, the ground could turn toxic, and I'm afraid I think it might.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if it does go toxic, I hope people just scream David Pleat and this blue and white army and aim for an owner rather than a manager. But again, it's all going to depend on who we've got fit, who plays. One of the talks I had, let's have a quick chat about this before we do some Spurs nostalgia and do the quiz. If Van der Ven is fit, just saying, do you play Van der Ven on the left back to look after Saka? Because don't worry about Destiny, fit or unfit. I think I'll give my reasoning behind in a minute. If Van der Ven's fit, do you play him left back and keep Romero and Dragusin in defence so he can take care of Saka, or do you play Destiny and Van der Ven and obviously Destiny at left back? Where would you, people in the chat, put in your response? And Dave, what would you do if Van der Ven is fit? Are you playing him at left back or left centre back?
I keep him left centre back personally because the way we play, if we were to put, are you talking about Romero on that left? If that's the case, then
either or.
Yeah. No, because I'm sorry, we've watched Dragusin on the left, we watched Romero on the left. So both times they were dreadful. Unfortunately, they cannot play on the left. Romero looked like a lost chicken, mate. When he played left back last, he looked like a lost chicken. There was no cohesion between our defence. And overall, it was just dreadful against Newcastle. I'm sorry, it really was. If we were to change it, then you go for the back three, where you'll put Van der Ven, Dragusin, and Romero. So you got that cover. It's not going to happen, but I'm saying you're talking about changing things. That's what I'd do. It's going to be Porro, it's going to be Romero. If Van der Ven's fit, it's going to be Van der Ven, and it's going to be Udogie on the left. That's how we're going to play. That's what it's going to be. For me, the way Arsenal are going to play, they're not going to attack us straight off the bat. They're not. They're going to sit back because Arteta will know that if he holds us back on the counter-attack, that's where the threat is. A ball over the top, a ball in behind. The only issue Arsenal are going to have is the fact that Odegaard's injured, so they don't really have that player to play them balls, who can see that intricate pass, who can see that ball, that line-breaking pass. Jorginho can't do it because he's more defensive and he's more ground passing. Partey, again, can't do it. So I don't know who they're going to use in midfield to be able to create that. But with the pace of Trossard and Sterling, we need Van der Ven's pace. And putting him at left back will limit him to just that left side. Being at centre back, he can spread himself a little bit and watch the lines, basically.
Okay, so before I give my view, Sean Slate's reminded me I forgot halftime team talk. So, guys, only time we mention it, if you are enjoying the content we are putting out, if you are enjoying the show and you haven't clicked that like button, please do. You have no idea how much it helps the channel. We are growing at a very steady rate again, thank God, and it's all thanks to you guys liking, subscribing, sharing the content out. So if you do get the chance and you haven't liked or subscribed, please do so, as we have lots of content coming up. Now, I'm not
just one thing. Also, don't forget to like our TikTok that my beautiful partner MZ currently runs and helps us with. There's great content on there. We're going to be smashing loads out soon. Obviously, it's been kind of dead because of the international break. But yeah, if you follow TikTok and you like watching TikTok, go give us a follow on there. Get the numbers up. It would be fantastic. And yeah, there we go.
So yeah, I am going to say, so I'm not just saying this because you've gone one way. For me, if Van de Ven's fit, I'm playing him at left back. I am playing him at left back. Destiny has not looked right this season. Coming back from injury, fair play. Without them having, well, they definitely haven't got Rice. We don't know. Odegaard, it looks like it's definitely out. I think the Norwegian doctors said about 3 weeks, but I've heard, I've heard anything, but what I'm saying is you hear about these managers playing mind games and medical teams. It could be like when we said with the 6-1 with Man U that Son's out, he's done his hamstring, not playing. Oh, look, he's there. So I don't know. I think it is, but the very fact we'll wait. Exactly. We'll wait and see what happens. But this is the thing. Without having let's just say Odegaard and Rice are out, big players in their midfield. They are going to go down the wings, and Sterling could be making his debut. Now, I don't want Sterling. I didn't want Sterling. I've never wanted Sterling. There is going to be blind, searing pace down those wings. Blind, searing. And people, I was one of them. I was one of them last season that didn't want to see Van de Ven move to left back at all because I thought he is so vital to the defence. He was brilliant against Manchester City. And we should have done that more often rather than playing a Royale there or whatever. Obviously, Royale isn't there. I don't trust Spence, like Simon Fox has just said. As much as we can do that, Destiny and him are struggling with the defensive side. And if they go on the counter-attack, I want Van de Ven all over Saka, and Saka realising this ain't going to be an easy day. So for me, I am playing Van de Ven left back rather than just for this game. Then you deal with it because I've got faith in Romero and Dragusin, both at centre back. Van de Ven obviously can sort out the high line. I think for this game, Van de Ven needs, and this is just my opinion, needs to be left back.
Big up to your son, Paul. Big up. If you're watching, don't lose faith.
Sorry.
Been here for many years. Been here for many, many years. You'll get used to it. Yeah. Just enjoy it. Just watch football and enjoy it. Don't lose faith yet. So yeah, Paul, big up to your son.
Paul, whatever you say. Oh, Jake.
Jake, there you
trust
go.
Me. Trust
there
me,
you go, Jake.
I don't know how old you are or anything. Always stick with it. You may lose interest. Listen, I am so against the ownership. I am so dead against them. I cannot tell you. But one thing, mate, Jake, your football team is with you from the second you start supporting till the day you're no longer on this planet. And it's the one constant. And trust me, there's never a dull moment at Spurs. There is never, ever, ever a dull moment at Spurs. But being a Spurs fan is so much more than just what goes on the pitch. There is a wonderful worldwide community around. It's a rite of passage. Believe me, our day will come. Once this board piss off, and I don't know how old you are, so I'm going to retract what I said there. Once they tunnel off, this football club will go back to being regular challengers for honours, please God. There are many, many great things about this football club apart from the ownership. Never, ever lose interest. And I would imagine most importantly, supporting your club with your dad is one of the greatest gifts you could ever have. Or your grandpa or whatever. I grew up watching Spurs with my dad. I've been through stuff with my dad where my dad is now like my best mate, but we couldn't be in a room together. And sitting down and watching Spurs is one of the most wonderful things. You'll look back, please God, when you've got kids, and supporting this football club isn't just about what goes on with the pitch. It's spending time with your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your family, your friends, your work colleagues when you get older. There is so much more to supporting Spurs than what is currently happening. So stick with it. I'm 45 years old now, and I can tell you a lot of those years have been good. Not so much the last 25, but there have been good times, mate. Do not give up on your club, ever, and especially the time with your dad.
Yeah, completely. But let's go back to what you're saying about Van de Ven. My issue with that is you're talking about like Adoga being injured and stuff like that. Van der Ven's coming back from an injury. It would be more intensive on his legs playing as a left back than it would be if he was playing as left centre back. Playing a left back, he's going to have to go up and down the wings, right? He would have to face, yeah? Bear in mind, he'll have to face Saka for most of the game. Saka will do his little limp if they're not winning, come off, and then Arteta will put Sterling there. So we'll have two players with pace running at him for a consistent 90 minutes. Yeah? It would destroy his legs. Unfortunately, it would. Left centre back, he'll have breathing space. He'll have a chance while we're attacking. He'll be allowed to have a chance. And that's the only reason why I wouldn't play him there. And I think Adogi with it, yeah, I agree. He is struggling at the moment. But when it comes to a derby, everything goes out the window. Everything goes out the window. So we could go and have an amazing game. Do you know what the biggest worry for me is? Out of all games? Out of all the players, yeah, do you know who the biggest worry for me is? His own goal. Because the past 3 derbies, we've scored own goals.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that wonderful.
Yeah. I've just been looking now. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Last one we played 3-2. It was if my PC would load.
Højbjerg.
What was it? Yeah, Højbjerg on the last one.
Romero.
And who was the third?
The third one, right? If we go back, that was Jesus Christ. Hugo Lloris.
Yes.
I was there. I walked out.
Yeah.
I walked out.
Yeah, and there you go. That's the biggest issue for us is this own goal thing. We need to be structured. We need to be calm. We need to play the game.
Well, you speak about, just see what you did there. You've worked that perfectly. Talking about Spurs goal scorers and games.
Yes.
Let's try now. We're going to try, guys. I'm not going to be able to see, so Dave will take over the chat. I'm going to share my screen. I saw this and I thought, you know what? With there's 70 of us in here. Let's see if we can do this together. Let me bring it up. Where is it? Where is it? Can you name? Okay, here we go. Can you see my screen, Dave?
Now we can, yes.
Okay, so Spurs have done this where they've done a quiz. We're going to see if we can do this in 10 minutes. I can't see the comments, so I will be typing in, but Dave will be running out. So since we first came against Arsenal in the Premier League on the 12th of December, blah, 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 there have been 42 different Spurs players that have scored top flight goals against the field. We want you to name them. So we are going to try and do this. Now, on here, there's the amount of goals. That's the only clue we've got. So I'm going to read out to you the goal scorers, and then we'll try and fill in the blanks. So we've got 10 minutes, and I'm going to push play quiz, and let's see if we can get it. So obviously, enter player name. We'll put Kane. There you go. There's one. Let's think of some players, obviously. So I'm going to put Genius because he loves the goal.
Son.
Who?
Son.
Yep. I'm going to put Huddleston. Oh God, what does it say the rules are? If a double-barreled name such as Cameron, you need to write the full name cut off. So Van der Vaart. Hello. Why is it not doing it? But we'll come back to him.
Yeah, how long? How far does this go back to though?
It goes back to the very, very first Premiership game.
Oh right,
only Premier League.
Sheringham.
Let's put Teddy in. Yep, he's there. Oh, wait, I'm going to put a couple of the Andy Sinton. Let's go for the ones that have scored one. We're missing one that scored. Who scored? Defoe or Keane? Surely. Defoe has only got one North London derby goal. Who scored 5 Premier League North London derby? It's got to be Rafa van der Vaart.
Yeah.
D-A-R or D-E-R-V-A-A-R-T. Why is he not doing it? Let's try Van der Vaart.
Whoa, I know one. Adebayor.
Oh, good God. What are people in the chat saying?
We're looking at Danny Rose. I think only had
Who's
one.
Well done?
Bale, Gareth Bale.
Bale, well done, people.
Yeah. Aaron Lennon.
Do you know what? Have I not? Oh, yeah. Who scored the goals in it? We've put Genus.
Yeah.
Modric didn't score in an NLD, did he?
No. Alan Nielsen.
Did Alan Nielsen score? I don't. Yes, he did. He scored one.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Gita Popescu.
Yeah.
Mate, you got to think of
Eunice
the.
Kabul.
Well done, people.
Smashing it. Let's have a look. Armstrong.
Chris Armstrong scored the winner in my first North London derby.
Yeah.
As a season ticket holder.
Ziga.
Christian. Oh, mate. I've left Seeger out. Helps if I put a Z.
Nasa Chadley. Didn't he score some?
Chadley, did he? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, how do we spell Toby's bloody name? Alder, Wierld. No, how do you spell? People help me. How do we spell Toby's name?
Alderweireld. That's how you spell it.
ALD.
Jamie Redknapp.
People need to help me with. Someone find me the correct spelling of Toby.
I've got it here. I'm going to put it into the chat.
I can't look at it, so you have to spell it to me.
Oh, bugger off. Hold on.
ALDER.
Yeah, WEIRELD.
There we go. Okay, so we got 20.
Dele Alli.
Christian Eriksen, did he score one?
Yes. I'm sure he did.
He did.
Yeah.
I still can't. There's someone who scored 4, apparently. We've done Keane. We've done Defoe. Did Mido?
Sherwood.
No.
Sherwood.
Oh, that's a great shout. He did get one. A free kick. All right, we've got 23.
Rebrov.
Did he? Yes, he did. Oh, Gus Poyet.
So Poyet.
There's another. Come on, people. I don't know why it's not accepting Van der Vaart. Let's try it another way. Why is he not doing Van der Vaart? Fuck's sake.
Robbie Keane. Robbie Keane,
we've got.
Oh, we got Robbie Keane.
So
Eric Dyer.
There we go. There's another one.
Ginola.
No, he has not scored.
No.
So Harry Kane 14, 7. There's one that scored 4 that we haven't got.
Ledley King.
Let's put Ledley. Ledley's got 2. So there's one.
Eric Lamella.
Oh,
Chat saying Eric Lamella.
Yep.
Ooh, what a player as well. Chat, well done. What a player. Roman Pavlyuchenko.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What a player. Loved him.
Spell check. Pavel.
No.
If I've got this right off the bat, no, I haven't. So PAV.
Hold on. So PAVLYUCHENKO.
CHENKO. No, he hasn't scored.
What?
PAVLYU.
Yeah. No, there's no U in it. There's no U in it. PAVLYENCHENKO.
Nope, he hasn't spelled. He hasn't scored. PAV.
Yeah.
LY.
Ooh, Angus, fair play. Louis Saha.
There we go. Yep.
Soldado.
Did he?
Sure, he did.
Nope.
No.
Who's the one that scored 4?
Gary Lineker.
No, that was before Premiership. What about
How was it?
There
Gary
you go.
Doherty?
We got 3. We got 4 minutes and we're missing 12 players.
Yeah, Gary Doherty.
That was the FA Cup. I'm sure of it. Yeah. I think I've even spelled his name.
Bentley.
Oh, there you go. Whoever had Bentley, what a shout.
Oh, Alex Gomez, what a shout. Canute.
David Bentley. Canute. Mate, Canute. There we go, guys. We are missing 9. Gascoigne was before Premier League. Who has scored 4?
Leonardson.
Mate, there's only one.
Oh, Steve Malbrank.
That was in the 5.
We sure?
That was in the 5-1 in the League
Malbrank.
Cup. Yep, there's no Steed.
No Steve. Fraser Campbell.
Mate, that Judas bastard might actually have been in there. Nope. No,
Naybet.
no, Naradin Naybet. What a shout! Who said that?
That was the lovely Andrew Gregory.
Oh, Greg, my God, I'm still pissed off.
Nico Crankia.
Crank. Oh, mate. C-R
Again with
K
a J. Isn't it?
K
Crank
R
with a
A.
J-C-K-A-R.
Say that again.
I think it's J-C-K-A-R. Crankia. I'm sure I remember there's a J in it.
Nope, that's not it.
Let me have a
Carl
look.
Walker.
Carl Walker.
All right, we're missing 7, and it's really bad. We've got 2.5.
Right. So for Crankia, it's K-R-A-N-J-C-A-R.
J-K-C-E-R. Nope.
No K. No K. No K.
Still no.
J-C-A-R. No?
Nope.
Huddleston. Tom Huddleston.
I've put Tommy in. One of the first
Put
people.
Tommy in. Let's have a look. Red Brov. Have we done Red Brov? Hendry. Did we do Hendry?
Dawson hasn't. Hendry, that's a great shout. That was a great. He got 2.
Van der Vaart scored 4, apparently. Van der Vaart.
Well, he's the
4.
one that I can't get it in. Look, V-A-N
D-A-R.
D-E-R. Sorry, D-E-R. D-E-R. V-A-R. V-A-A-R-T.
A-A-R-T.
Look, it won't accept it.
Oh, that's weird. Oliver Skip, he scored a goal against them, didn't he?
Wait, let's just see if it has VAR. There you go. Could it let me put
There we
VAR?
go. Beautiful. Well done. Stephen Carr.
Stephen Carr. No.
Darren Anderton.
I've put Anderton.
Oh, we got Anderton.
All it is, there are 5 players that have scored 1. And we have Paul Allen. Paul Allen.
But didn't Wanyama score against them?
Who?
Wanyama.
No.
No?
No. Mate, that's gonna piss me off. We got 1 minute, 16 seconds.
Romero.
I put Lamella.
No, Romero.
Well done. We are 4 away.
Hutton.
Nope.
Nick Barmby.
Nope.
Nick Barmby.
Who?
Nick Barmby.
That's a great shout. Did he? Nope.
Chadley. Did we do Nasa Chadley?
Chadley, we did. Danny Rose. Who else? Danny Rose. Carl Walker, I did. Steve Carr. I'm trying to think. Vinny's.
Did we do Janine Genus?
Yeah, Genus one of the first people.
Yeah. Armstrong.
Dumb. I hope it gives us 4 people that we can't think of. Sinton, I put. We got Poirier. We got 20 seconds, people. If you see any good shouts,
I'm looking. I'm Ben Davis, Stephen Bergvine.
B-E-R. Oh, G. Nope.
No. B-E-R-G-W-I-J-N.
Nope.
No. Stephen Iverson.
Wait, let's
Ben
see.
Davis.
Okay. Oh my God, Stefan Iverson.
Luke just put in Stefan Iverson.
Mate, I can't believe I forgot Dimitar Berbatov, Klinsmann. Oh my
People saying Klinsmann. I thought we already put it in.
No, and Paul Allen. I put Allen's name in and got it wrong. But mate, we got 38 out of 42.
That's not bad.
Which ain't bad at all. But what we will do now, people, is we'll just quickly go through the questions that we got. First one, Angus, of course, is: do you think Romero will keep his cool or lose his marbles again, like always? What I will say very quickly, like always, doesn't exist anymore. He hasn't lost his marbles. He hardly gets booked. Don't get me wrong. This game has a habit of bringing the worst out of people and tempers flaring up. I do not see Romero losing his marbles. I see him being mystical. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, I agree. I'm just looking now because I wanted to check something.
You do that.
Yeah, no, that's fine because obviously Angus called me out saying that Romero is a liability and all that. So I just want to double check something just to see. So no. Let's have a look. Yeah, we don't really get red cards in North London derbies unless it's a bad refereeing. I can't spell at the moment. There you go. Because the last red card was thingy. Yeah. So look, if you want to look at it like that, so throughout the whole of the Prem, yellow cards, Romero's got 23. Gabriel Magalhaes has got 18. Red cards, 2 each. And Gabriel's committed more fouls than him.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's that one.
Go.
Next one. Who will be the striker this week from Sports Lover? It's looking like it could be Kulusevski as a false nine.
I bloody hope not. I hope not. I'm hoping it's Solanke. I got a feeling it'll be Solanke. I've got a feeling he's going to be fit.
I hope so. I honestly, he best.
Gabriel is a way better defender than Romero.
If that
come
Angus,
on.
Angus,
Come on. Get a grip, lad.
Angus,
get a grip.
Deary me. And he's got, I'm hoping it will be Solanke. I don't think from what I'm hearing, Richardson could be out all of this month. But he is fit enough to do basketball videos for publishing purposes. So maybe that is the best way to get over an injury, playing basketball for Spurs social media accounts. Angus again. Who's the player you're most... Well, that's a good question.
Most worried about on Sunday?
Yeah. So what filth player?
Honestly, at the moment, I'd say Havertz. He's scoring goals. He's lethal at the moment. I'm not worried about Saka. I'm really not worried about Saka. His form prior to what he can do, he struggled at the moment. For me, it's going to be Havertz, I think, because he's good in the end and he can score goals at the moment. So
I will say, I'm going to say one out of the box now, and people will probably come for me when I say this. If he starts, I'm very worried about Raheem Sterling. Always turns up against us. He has got a point to prove. And what a game to make your debut in. This is a pure punt because obviously you don't know what he's going to turn up like. But yeah, if it weren't him, Saka, mate. Saka is always a problem. Next one from Ariban. And like I said, the whole thing with Sterling is just because I know he's going to have a point to prove and really be up for it. Not because I think he's a brilliant player, because I do not. Have you guys spoken to Uzin Expression? So I do speak with him. I haven't spoken with him for a good little while. I met him when We Are Tottenham TV had their 100,000 subscriber party, which obviously I attended. He was there, so I got speaking to him. And I also found out one of the guys that I used to work with when I worked for Photobox years ago actually went to school with Expressions. So we have a common friend. So we do occasionally swap messages on Twitter and chat, but I haven't spoken to him recently. But he's a top man. I got a lot of time for that guy, and he's hysterical. Have you ever spoken with him, Dave?
No, I don't speak to no one but you lot. And anyone in the chat who decides to message me, that's then I speak to them.
Top man, he is. If everyone is fit, what's your starting lineup? If everyone is fit,
Vicario in goal, obviously, because we've got no one else. Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Adogi. Midfield, I would go with Bissouma, Maddison. Obviously not Bentancur, because we know why. Bissouma, Maddison.
Oh, no, he can play. He can play.
Oh, we can. Then I'll go Bentancur, Maddison, Bissouma. No, actually, I wouldn't. No, you know what? I'd go with Bissouma, Maddison, Kulu. Then up front on the left, I'd have Sonny. If everyone's fit, I'd have Solanke. And on the right, I would put... I'd put Johnson.
So listen, I'm pretty much the same, but I'm going to stick to what I said. If everyone's fit, I am sticking with Van der Ven on the left. And obviously Dragushin, and Porro. Midfield. See, I would have said the same, but this right wing is a big problem, isn't it? Brendan Johnson, who you and I support and back.
Yeah, but you can't, mate, I'm going to stop you there. I know who you're going to see. You can't put Kulu on the right wing, mate.
I'm just trying to think if there's anyone else.
Audemars, Wilson. You could put him on the right. He could play on the right. Or put Audemars, or Or you could put Timo on the left, Sonny on the right.
No, we can't. No, we can't. No, we can't. No,
We
no,
can.
further.
Yes,
No,
we can.
No, I'm going like you said. I'm going.
You're worried about Sterling. He's the same as Timo. They've all got pace but no end product.
Same midfield. Son on the left, Solanke up top, Odegaard on the right. So that will be my lineup. And the final question, unless any more have come in.
No, one's just popped in. If anyone's got any questions, by the way, just at TOT, ask your question and we'll answer it.
Roadman, we could throw a curveball and even play a youngster in Ethan. Now, obviously, I know nothing about this kid.
Do
you know anything about this kid?
He's a young talent. Like we've got a raw as hell. You could chance it. You could throw in a young player like we could with the Bergvals, with the Archie Grays and everything. North London Derby's a different animal though. Now it can either work and be amazing, or it can absolutely send a player down, like because the atmosphere, as you know, and anyone who's even watched North London Derbies know the atmosphere is crazy. The atmosphere is intense. That's why I don't think we'll see any youth players playing. We won't see the Bergvals or Archie Grays. They'll be on the bench. And I think the same for you. I don't think Arteta would throw him in there. You know what I mean? So it's one of them.
We'll wait and see. Listen, I will say I'm not going to joke. I did just
check. It'd be ballsy.
Check with that name to make sure it wasn't an empty cabinet.
No, he's actually a player.
I read it a million times. I thought I can't see the breakdown and how that's funny. And then I Googled it. I did a Danny Rose. I officially did Danny Rose. We'll have to wait and see. When it comes to you lot, God knows what Arteta will do. But again, he's got some questions or he's got some problems that he's going to have to find the solutions to. Dan, big up, Dan. What do you want to see from every player? I was just to be very, very quick with this. If people have seen Cool Runnings and have seen that bathroom scene, I see pride, I see power, I see a badass mother that won't take no crap off of nobody. That's what I want to see from every single player. Dave?
I just want to see a good game of football, mate. Unfortunately, I just want to see them do their jobs. That's it. Yeah, because a lot of them haven't been doing it. I want to see him walk out on that pitch and for 90 minutes is give it all. Give it their all. Literally leave everything on that pitch. Do not walk out that pitch having questions about your game. Simple as. If you got a question about your game after that game, and you're questioning how you played, you weren't good enough. Simple as. I want to walk away. I want them to walk away, regardless of a win or loss, and they gave everything for it.
Yeah, everything. I mean, the other thing I will say, and I will go mad with this, it's not so much what we want to see. I think is obviously everyone just go there, and I like when I went to the Emirates last year. I said just put in a performance, leave that pitch with me knowing and the fans knowing you gave everything you could. If you lose, you lose. But what I will not tolerate and what I will not stand for is if I see, should the worst happen and we lose, if I hear the Spurs players come out with we go again, we come back stronger, or we have to learn from this, I will go nuts, because this is the one game where I will not tolerate that bullshit. We're sorry, we're going to do better next time. I won't stand for that. So just give everything that we would do what the fans would do. We've got 2 more questions coming. I've seen a lot of people speak about this kid, Colin. A lot of people. Quality. But I don't know anything. I don't know anything about. I don't even know what position he plays in. So I'll leave it to you to answer this one.
Yeah, he's a really. He looks, again, young player, raw, right? But he does look a little talent. Like for England, where I've been watching it, because obviously MZ, you know what I mean? I've got to watch him. He is a really, really good looking player. Another one that's raw, one for the future. Do you know what I mean? And he's one of them players. He's got something about him, you know?
Yeah.
He's got something about him. And I think if we were to get him, he'd add to the youth we've got type of thing, you know? He's not like a starter straight off the bat, but he's one that could really change a game for you, bringing him on 10 minutes to go. He's got pace. He's got skill. He's not afraid to run at a player. So, yeah, I'd definitely take him.
There we go. So, right, we've got one more question, and it is from Angus. It's actually a very good question, but there's only one answer and one answer only. Who needs to win this game more, us or you? Us.
I don't agree. I think they're coming to our ground. They're coming to our home. They have to win it more than us. Same as when we go to theirs, we'd have to win it more. You go into your rival's ground, you go into their home, mate. You walk in, yeah, and you take a piss on the floor.
Yeah, but Dave, the way you got to look at it as well is if we don't win, if we don't, or we lose badly, the ground will turn toxic.
It's going to anyway.
If they lose, obviously people say they got Man City next as well. So if they lose that as well, that's it, mate. There is, whenever it comes to Tottenham Arsenal, and people say to me, who needs to win this game more? Every single time, there is no answer that's valid apart from Spurs do. Because I don't entertain anything with this game. Yeah. With other games, I'll even entertain this as a question and say, yeah, look at the pros. With this one, there's only one answer. I don't care if they or and we were just trying to go for wherever. This game is always it's more important for us.
Yeah, I got to add a little caveat to that though, mate. I got to challenge him a little, sorry, like, but you said there then about obviously if we lose this game, it's going to get toxic. It's going to get toxic anyway. Trust me, this game doesn't determine how toxic it's going to get. It's going to go down that route anyway. No one's liking the way Ange plays, and yeah, but this game, a lot of fans are already expecting us to lose. So if we did lose, it's not like, oh, well, it's a surprise. It's not going to be. They come to us and lose. That's when the questions will be asked of them. Arteta's just signed a new contract. All this stuff. They lose. They go to City. They lose against City. That's 2 big games, mate. That's 2 massive games that they walked away from with 0 points. We lose. It is what it is. It's Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? And
there we go. Well, we'll do the final question. And the final, no, it's 2 questions now.
Yeah, we're getting questions in. Keep them coming if you want us to keep seeing us.
Tottenham on tour. What's your gut feeling for this Sunday? I've said it. I'm going to stick by it. I think this ends 2-2. I think it's a Desmond.
Nope. I don't think it's going to be a draw. One of them. It's such a hard question because form doesn't dictate a derby. Derby's form goes out the window. Simple as. Yeah, it's how we turn up on the day. I deep down hope that Spurs walk away with 3 points. That's what my heart's telling me. Reality, we'll probably lose. Probably. You know what I mean? Just because of the way we play. Unless Hans tweaks it, unless the players turn up, and unless we have a striker fit. If we don't have a striker fit, that's it. Because our chances don't get finished. And we create a lot of chances against any team. It doesn't matter who the team is. We create massive chances. We just haven't got that lethal striker because our owner did something stupid and got rid of one and haven't replaced him. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, so I'm staying Desmond, but we'll speak more everything. And remember, the fan show or member show will be on tomorrow so people can come in. Do you think if we lose, in brackets, we will not, and we'll be in a bad place? I think we have a future now. Do you, MJ Market? I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm fully behind Ange. Win, lose, or draw this game, I stand by Ange. And it causes a lot of this topic causes a real sticking point. I'm one of those that believe we get nowhere if we keep sacking managers. Even if I was manager out, which I never have been and never will be, I'd still, as much as I'd want that, we just repeat the same thing over and over again. And we don't know what we can do if we actually stick by a manager, back a manager, and let him see out his contract. So do I think if we lose, that the ground could be in a bad place? Absolutely. Should it be Ange where the frustration is directed? No. And people will know where I think it should be directed.
Yeah, for me, no. If you want to look at anything, right, and I know I'm bringing them up and I shouldn't do, but if you want to look at owners looking at a manager who's not doing good and backing him, isn't that, you know what I mean, Arsenal with Arteta? His first couple of seasons, yes, he won the FA Cup in his first season. We know that. There was reasons. COVID, empty stadiums, blah, 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 right? Yeah. But regardless of that, the seasons after that, the Arsenal were dreadful. They were finishing way below where they should have done, especially with money they were spending, players they were bringing in. They allowed Arteta to do what he wanted to do. Now look, they're challenging City for the title. Now, I'm not going to say if we do the same because we know our nose don't do that. Yeah. But if they do, and we have this change of direction, and we got rid of all that deadwood, we got rid of all them players we didn't want. So next season we're going to have better players coming in, blah, 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 blah. Then you stick with the manager regardless. But will Levy do that if the ground starts getting affected? Because it's not the manager who gets affected. It's not the team who gets affected. It's when Levy's image of the stadium starts getting affected. Then, yeah, that's when Levy will start looking elsewhere.
Okay, next question. Rinketic. Thought Gunners don't have Mourinho, Declan, Martin. If we sit and blame injuries, they can do it also. Correct. And I said it when we start. I don't wish injuries on anyone. Bad players for any team, especially the long-standing ones. But this is a thing. And then Bissouma got injured, and we don't know about Van der Beek. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
No.
And we'll see. But if we're fully fit and they do have injuries and we win, they will go, oh, well, we didn't have our best team out. We didn't have this. Listen, if you're going to beat the team, beat them at their best. Where they can't excuse it. You feel the same?
Yeah, exactly the same, Matt. I was going to say that there. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather beat a team at their best than at their worst because it makes you look better. It gives you more confidence. If anyone's excited the fact that Arsenal have lost players, Newcastle lost a lot of players, and look what happened there.
There you go. Next one. Who do you think will get man of the match on Sunday?
Jared Gillett, because he's a muppet.
Okay.
Jared Gillett's a horrible referee, mate. I'm sorry. He's Australian and he can't stand Ange. Look at the games he's refed us, mate. We've had such terrible decisions. Jared Gillett, he's a nightmare. That's not an excuse. I just don't like him. Sorry, he's a horrible ref.
I'm going to say dom dom dee dom 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 Solanke dom dom dee dom dom dom. He's going to come on and introduce himself to the Spurs fans in his first home game by scoring a couple of goals. So I am going Dominic. I'm going Dom. Questions. If Ange hounded out, exactly. I think, honestly, I will say, I'll be very quick on with this, Dave. If this happens, I've heard so many people say, oh, this is Levy's last chance. This is Levy's last chance. This is... If we sack him, there is only one manager for me. Only one. And it's the Sporting Lisbon the guy Almiron. He is the one. Yeah. He is the one manager for me. If it was to happen, and I hope it doesn't, I think he is the only manager. But I don't think he would come. I don't think any manager will come near us. It will be Ryan Mason. But I'd want Almiron.
Yeah, no, I agree. It will be Mason, mate. They're building him up to do that, mate. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Conte didn't want Mason around. Yeah. Ange didn't want Mason around. I'm sorry, they don't. They're made to have him around. Simple as. That's how I feel. That's how it's going to be. And yeah. And Angus, I'm sorry, mate. You say that, yeah, but you don't know. The Son pocketed Arsenal many a times. Kane pocketed Arsenal many a times. You're just baiting. Be serious.
Angus does. First of all, I've just seen him in the chat. I haven't spoken to him for a while. Big up, Gary. I hope you could. He's going for Maddison. But what I will say, Angus, I've said this before, and this comes from a really, really good place. You've got very, very tunnel vision, like I used to be when I was growing up, and being like, "Oh yeah, Spurs are the best. Spurs win everything." No. Saliba and Gabriel are a very, very good partnership. That does not mean they don't have their off day. It doesn't mean they aren't given a torrid time by a player. And Dominic Solanke being around the 6-yard box will be a pain in the ass to them if he's playing. We'll have to see where it goes. But I think if Dominic Solanke starts, Dominic Solanke gets man of the match. But Almiron would be the manager I would go for. Next one is from Darth. Who is most likely to get snapped, or who is most likely? Okay, meaning who's most likely to be sent off? Who would you say?
Ben White.
Oh,
personally, I think Ben White. I think Ben White because he's got, Arsenal fans love him for it. Yeah, and I understand why. He's got that shit house hero around him and all that. But he could make a stupid mistake. You remember when Holden did against Sonny? Sonny absolutely smoked him. Holden didn't have a chance, and all he could do was foul, and end up getting sent off. I think on Arsenal's side, I think it'll be Ben White. On ours, honestly, probably Basuma, midfield. Romero's not getting sent off, Angus. He's not. He hasn't had a yellow card for ages.
He's not.
The last yellow card he got, I think, was having a go at the ref or something. I think it was.
If I was to choose Arsenal, it would be Ben White. But because obviously I've said I would want Van de Ven left wing, but whether he did it left back, sorry, I think Destiny on Spurs' side. I think Destiny's can be he picks up a booking here and there. I think Destiny could be. If I had to choose a Spurs player, I would say Destiny. Tom 81, my man. Who will be Tottenham's most important player come Sunday?
Sonny. He has to be. He's our goal scorer, mate. And he always he scores a lot. He always scores a lot in a derby, And I think he's the one. He's going to one that sets the tempo. I think for us anyway. For us,
I think the most important. If Van de Ven's there, it's obviously Van de Ven. But if he's not, I'm going to go James Maddison, who needs to deliver and needs to be the creative spark that we need. So if Van de Ven's there, Van de Ven. If not, Maddison. Next one. I'm so interested to find out why Tottenham are hated. We win fuck all most seasons. Mate, listen, we are. I mean, we get under the skins for whatever reason it may be with Chelsea, West Ham, Arsenal, you name it. I'd love to know the real reason. But it seems to be we are one of the most I'm going to say feared, not hated, because they hate us because of fear. I'm going to look at it on that spin. Who wins?
I had to add this one. I'm
sorry. And yes, definitely, the Lego Man of the match is already signed, sealed, delivered. Lisa, yeah, like I said, I did have a bit of a rant on the Hotspur hood before coming on here, and it was about obviously David Pleat and his Blue White Army and the book not being stored, and basically on a human level, nothing. It's on a human level. Like I said, I pick my battles now of when I ran, and it's just got to be that. I've seen a very close friend's father pass away through motor neuron disease, and just the way the club have handled this again is another PR nightmare. Those rants are still within me, Lee. I just pick the wise battles, not the let's rant at every little thing. What would your motivational phrase be if you were Ange in the dressing room? That's a great question.
Leave all on the pitch or don't leave the pitch.
So I do like that, but I have when I went 5 years sober, or when I went into rehab, I was asked to come up with a phrase that stood by from where you are now and where you want to be. When I went 5 years clean, I got it tattooed on my leg, and I use it for so many things. And it's never let a past nightmare get in the way of a future dream. And after the nightmare of the last performance, where we went 3-0 down very, very quickly, let that nightmare go away, and you win this game. Believe me, you're edged in Spurs folklore, and the Spurs fans will love you. And believe me, it'll be a dream. So I always use that one. But then I also heard, don't chase the competition, chase the dream. So you could have that one as well. Or I could, I'm sure there's a few that I can mention. That's a great question. And the final question. If a Gooner player asks for a jersey, sorry, let me rephrase that. I misread. If a Filth player asks for a jersey swap with Son, shall he get dropped as a captain? Not a chance. No. At the end of the game, they do what they want. If I saw them doing it at half time that I saw in one game, not between Spurs, I can't remember what game it was. I think Arsenal was one of the teams. Or I just
Yeah.
I saw a team. No, my opinion, I can't remember. But changing a full time, no. Changing at half time, yes. But that's not a reason to hate them. But we are going to wrap up there. Unless Dave, you found some news because you're looking at your phone.
No, sorry. Ireland's just messaged me asking me about the email and all that. So I was just
Okay,
looking.
cool.
So
Right.
Ireland, if you're watching, I have got it. I was just going through things.
There you go. So, guys, I will say thank you very much indeed for joining us. As I said, this will be my last evening brews for a couple of weeks minimum because Monday I'm going for my operation.
We wish you all the best, mate. All of us in the chat wish you the best.
Evening brews will still be coming on daily. It just won't be with myself. I will be with you and Dave for the fan show tomorrow. I will be doing my reaction from the Scotland Yard. I will be doing anger management before going to the hospital for my surgery. But then hopefully after 2 weeks, I will be back. But you will be in the capable hands of every single other person and the wonderful people at Tottenham on Tour with guests and everything. Everyone's sending me good luck messages and everything. It means the world to me. So thank you. The fan show is, as always, Angus, 6 p.m. UK time. Thank you for all the well wishes. I will say all your well wishes and support have always meant a lot to me, whether it be in the chat like it is now, the YouTube comments, or reaching out to me on my personal social media. Yeah, Dave, always a pleasure, buddy. I'm going to let you obviously deal with the music. Obviously, you've got your catchphrase, so take it away, Dave.
Yeah, let me just make sure I get the video correct this time and I don't have to edit anything out because people don't know this, but I had to edit one of our videos because I messed up. But anyway, from me, Dominic Min, see you all tomorrow for the member show and morning brews.
And yes, I will say David Pleat and his Blue and White Army. And as always, Levy out.